Nabeel Khoury. He's a former US diplomat. He's also former Deputy Chief of Mission at the US Embassy in Yemen. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. I want to talk to you about the talks that we've just been mentioning in Washington, fifth round of talks between Lebanon and Israel. So far, over the previous occasions, we haven't really heard a great deal publicly about what has been achieved, if anything, at the meetings. What's your anticipation about what we might hear out of this latest round?
There's not much to be expected from these talks because the Lebanese government is not empowered by the full parliament, by the full spectrum of political parties, and specifically by Hezbollah, which is the one which is carrying the weapons. So the Lebanese government goes to a poker game without any chips on the table. I think the game is rigged so that what the Israelis want from the Lebanese government is simply to help them push Hezbollah and agree to have a special unit of the Lebanese army trained to go after Hezbollah. That's a very dangerous proposition. There's already heightened tension in Lebanon between those who are with Hezbollah, those who are against it, and trying to take the weapons from Hezbollah by force would most likely precipitate another civil war. The Israelis are looking at the Lebanese government and the Lebanese army much like they look at the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank. You know, supposedly Mahmoud Abbas has a military, but it's more like a police force, and the Israelis demand things of them. You know, arrest such and such a person, bring him to us. They're very pliant, both political authority and the military. And I think that's the model that they would like to implement in Lebanon. But they probably don't understand Lebanon very well. This will not work in Lebanon.
The Lebanese government, one would imagine, does understand Lebanon very well. And yet, as you say, it seems as though Israel is going in with a particular agenda that on the face of it is not going to be appealing to the Lebanese government. Why is it in the Lebanese government's interest to keep these talks going?
Unfortunately, the Lebanese government, as it is right now, has been influenced by the Lebanese right wing and has been influenced by Washington and by Tel Aviv. And the messages that they are telling the Lebanese people are messages that come from Washington. They have placed their trust in Washington. And unfortunately, I don't think this is for their best interest in the long run. Far better for this government would have been to talk to its own people, do internal diplomacy first, and then talk to the Israelis after you have a united national front. But they have no national dialogue. The Lebanese president even mentioned at one point in an interview that he talked to Hezbollah through Nabeel Khoury, the Speaker of Parliament, not directly. I mean, can you imagine? This is a party that has existed for 45 years. It's very Lebanese. It's close to Iran, all kinds of assistance, but it's Lebanese. It's part of the system. And yet he didn't talk to them directly. The Israelis and the Americans can talk to Hezbollah directly. They don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I want to take in the kind of wider situation. Obviously, this is a fundamental element as far as Iran is concerned of the negotiations that are going on at the moment with the US. In the event that Israel is determined to keep troops in southern Lebanon, it says we're not going to take any action other than defensive action if we're attacked by Hezbollah, but we retain those troops there. What risk do you think there might be to the nature of the negotiations or the flow of negotiations that are going on at the moment? And we have seen over the last 48 hours or so some indications that things could be moving forward in those talks.
So, on the positive side, the US-Iran talks have ended hostilities between Iran and the United States. That's a good thing. The Hormuz Straits are opening gradually. That's a very good thing for world economy. There is the chance of establishing normal relations between the US and Iran, and that would go a long way to solving many problems in the region. That's all good. The Lebanon front is a very big obstacle in the way of totally normalizing things. Israel has a different agenda in Lebanon. So I'm afraid that the Trump administration cares the most about Iran right now. And so what they're telling the Israeli government is to calm things down, not to leave Lebanon. Give us a chance to work things out with Iran to our satisfaction. And then you can continue doing what you're doing in Lebanon. Ultimately, there's a disagreement between Netanyahu and Trump on Iran. Netanyahu feels much more strongly about Iran than Trump does, ideologically speaking. But on Lebanon, I'm not sure they disagree that much. They both want to force Hezbollah to disarm. And like I said, in Lebanon, that's a dangerous proposition.
Nabeel Khoury, former US diplomat, former deputy chief of mission at the US Embassy in Yemen. We appreciate it very much, sir. Thank you very much indeed.
Happy to be here.